I am not a god. I am all good. So, it's good all, just if you remember that. Anyway, thank you very much, Claire, for the invitation to Dice with Death to get here. I don't think I've ever had a scarier journey, and I have been places that really you shouldn't try and go, but damn it, keeps it out of you. Right, it's taken me 61 years to get here. Now, I had a splurge today. I wrote 9 poems in one go.
Wow.
And that's how this is today's litter. Quite possibly literally, if these get discarded. So these are all what others would say are works in progress, but I'm just going to try them out and see if they work. My policy is poems get performed once, unless people remember them and ask for them again. This is called The Your Oare Boy, and it's about how men of a certain age idolise guitarists. His job makes old men tighten, flabby abs they no longer have, twist and gurn, grey faces in ecstasy, pinch fingers to thrash and to stab. His job is now communion. Acolytes and supplicants in worship lift on toes and song forget that they can't dance. His job has cost his fingertips over the wires and away. Hold your breath and let it go. Listen, that's what I say. His job's a lifetime calling, a summoning to prayer. Divines a tear from every eye, from any guitar held with care. I'm always writing poems about dating. Well, really I write poems about how dating doesn't work. Heartbreak is my middle name. This is called, it's not about, oh, by the way, for legal reasons, none of these are autobiographical. This one's called Ouch. We didn't catch fire, I'm sorry. The tinder did not take the spark, no worries. Fast or slow, in the end it's a no-go. Shake my hand, not my world, it's a ciao. I calculate that if you wait, you'll see that in the sea there's more than a few waiting for you, far more suitable than me. There's nothing missed or lacking, just planets unaligned. Our merits, charms and qualities remain for others to find. In our races to the heavens, the thermals were pajamas. Be glad we nipped the rosehead, we've sidestepped endless dramas. Going down. One of those, you see people sometimes and think, what's the backstory? So this is fiction. And it was suggested to me I should do this in a West Midlands accent, but I won't. Going down. Arriving by coach from the Midlands, they're excited and nervous and anxious, and the glue that locks up their hands is the hope that she's a little less thankless. They will tell her of their lovely journey, except for that man who was sick, and ask if they have real chips here. Do they cut them right proper and thick? Leatherette case bought mail order from a catalogue fell from the mail, used twice a year if they're lucky, and the stitching's beginning to fail. This time it's to their oldest daughter, not inclined though to see them at all. She's something high up in internet IT, which explains why she doesn't much call. They've no choice but to come to the city. It's not friendly or happy or green, but there's somebody famous from TV in a show which they'll boast that they've seen. On the journey back home to the quiet, the pains in their voice, hush dear, don't. There's our son, he's another high flyer. I'm sure he'd like a visit. He won't. Okay. Yesterday's heroes. I don't know whether you go to gigs anymore, and if you do you go to gigs of new bands, you go to bands that you once remembered not seeing the first time round. You may identify with this as a trigger warning for midlife crisis. I suggest that you don't meet your heroes. Keep them safe in your head, let them rest. In the flesh they're much shorter or ruder, and they look, well, a bit past their best. Please don't try now, it's 30 years later, and you missed them when they were profound. You're just paying a debt to your memory, while at least one of them's still around. For the past is already gone AWOL. It won't ever come round this way again. The risk to nostalgia is brutal. Once it's squandered, it's never the same. If you do, come prepared for a letdown and the feeling that you should have stayed home as you catch yourself looking at others watching you, knowing that they're not alone. Then again, you might just feel connected with a piece of your youth feared lost. Wear the extra size t-shirt and prove it, and forget about the ticket cost. As for Martin and Mark, Greg and Elvis, you're the proof of my theory lived proud. I saw fear in your eyes, or disinterest. For 1 second, no face in the crowd. They're not gods, superhumans or icons, just your favourites from summers long past. Carpe diem, my friend, and remember, it's all over. Summers of love never last. Okay, I'll finish with
Got time for 2.
I've got time for 2. Even better then. In that case, you can have the one you even sort of half requested. Okay. Well, she wrote. She goes, "You're going to do that poem." So, quite accusatory, really. But, okay. This one's called Kindling and poet baiting. This one is poet baiting. Every tree is lovely. Perfection. That's a fact. They're big and brown and green and tall, the synthesis of art and science, everything exact. In autumn, winter, dusks warm light, the drop of leaves and seeds and catkins fall. The branches sway, a wondrous sight, the usual cliches, all. Dear trees, I doubt that you appreciate the words of poets who think that we need reminding of the majesty of you. Or irony of other trees, now felled, processed and filled with endless words of poetry about the lovely trees we killed. When, if I publish requiem of my virtue serif form, on at least one leaf I'll make a bow to your superior form. Right. Okay. Thank you very much. Right. And finally, in the light of today's driving conditions, this is a prayer. You know the rhythm, you even know the words, but you don't know the order they're coming in. This is a prayer to St Pancras, which may be subject to strike action. For broad stairs to travel through Herne Bay, high-speed Faversham be thy name. Thy Rainham come, Strood will be done in Chatham as it is in Rochester. Give us this day our sitting morn, and forgive us our Westgate, as we forgive those who Birchington against us. And lead us not into Ebbsfleet, but deliver us from Margate. For thine is the bubble, the Chesfield and Swalcliffe, for Romsgate and Dumpton, Gravesend. Thank you very much.